Oh,
It's
no,
on
it's
you.
on me. It's on me. We're going to zoom out. Although I really love being like the center of attention, I'm not
Not
at this
today.
particular time. Oh, okay, there we go. Isn't this fun? The AI camera is so
Yeah,
fun.
I like
It
it.
makes my job so much easier. Okay,
Whoa.
right? See, like as you move, it fixes it, and then you can see like what's going on. Okay, and then we can also have the chat, so as people message in,
Oh,
we can see.
dang.
I know. So there
Bro.
you go. That's me set up.
You look set up.
This was my buy early this year.
Yeah.
And Kane thought I was crazy, and I just like to point out
I like
I'm
it.
not.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. All right, cool. So, for those watching, this is our second business readiness program masterclass, which is very fun. I'm going to turn off group. I feel like he's moving too much. There.
All right.
Because he's tweaking. He is in my camera.
Right.
My cute little camera. So we are going over Levi's experience, which is a lot. We have a lot of experience. We like experience over here. And, drinking our coffee, hanging out at the Janesville Innovation Center, and talking about finding a space for your business.
Yeah.
It's hard. I will say, like, here, I started in my house, and then I was in the Whitewater Innovation Center, and then I went back to my house, and then I moved a few times, and then I was in Iron Tech for a second, and then I went back to my house.
Yeah.
And then now I'm here.
Ooh.
Oh, and I actually did have a really weird warehouse space for a second. It was really cool though.
Like in there.
Yeah, but like kind of crusty and dingy and gross and falling apart.
Yeah.
But the guy was super nice to me and gave me a really good deal.
That's perfect.
And so it had like office spaces, but like the ceiling was super like waterlogged and stuff. So
Oh, sure.
Like, you were like, I didn't want to bring anybody here, but it works for me and my couple employees.
Right.
So yeah, it's been a journey, at least for me. And you've been in like 1,010 spaces too.
Yeah, we've been in a few spaces. Yeah. I'm moving around my office in the building now. I've been so far three places in that building itself, which is funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
This office, they tried to get me to move from the back of the building, which has the pond and the baby ducks.
That sounds like a win.
Right. And they were like, move to the front. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I thought about it and I said no. So, So anyway, tell me a little bit, or tell me and everybody listening a little bit about your spaces, because you've got a couple of them.
Yeah. The bar specifically is a bar.
Yep.
But we use it in a lot of different ways. Because at the end of the day, it is like a community building.
Yeah, very community space, yeah.
Whatever brings people in, they tend to then buy a coffee, buy an adult beverage or whatever. The bar also has 4 apartments in it. We're using one as a green room for bands, for entertainers, for drag queens, for, that buffer. And then we're using the other 3 as just standard apartments. We also used it for a while as Airbnb to get not only just revenue, but get new people in town to our bar. Yes. So that was a pretty cool marketing spree.
Yeah, that's a good marketing idea.
Yeah, it worked really well. There was a lot of people found the bar through Airbnb. Because if you're looking, you're not from there. If you're on Airbnb,
right?
Pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah, it's probably don't know.
Yeah, so then it just became an ad for the bar, which is really cool. Then, so 2 years ago, while I was at the bar, then a couple came in complaining about not being able to sell another building, which would be a foreshadow of. I'm sure we'll talk about that in the future. That space has 47 lockable rooms. Closets, whatnot.
I guess I didn't know it was 47. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's 4 stories, 7 if you go to the top of the bell tower, which is not really a room. It's kind of a bell tower. So we've got a bunch of spaces there, from more of kind of like this to just eclectic, weird 1906 finished construction. And then a 1954 bomb shelter, fallout shelter that feels more like a school.
I haven't been in there. Have I been in there?
That is the main entrance. It is a fallout shelter. That's why it's so
thick.
Yeah, that's why she's thick. Yeah,
she's thick. She's thick.
There's one floor that's 2.5 feet thick of concrete.
Oh, Good to know.
Yeah.
If anything ever goes down, just know you'll see my face.
If and
I'll be
when.
like, do.
Yep.
Going to the fallout shelter. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have this bar, and previous this, you had a bunch of experience, not necessarily bar, but a bunch of like serving type experience there.
Sorry, serving?
Like serving like coffee shops, bars, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I've owned 3 properties. I've owned a coffee shop. I didn't own the building. It was a lease, right? And then for 6 months, me and 4 friends owned 5 cafes, a roastery, and a bakery.
That's a lot.
So there's a lot of keys. Yeah. At that time, I had 2 rental properties as well. Yeah, it was just a lot going on. That's a little too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a little too much. In my book. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a little too much for me.
There was more than one 24-hour day where I had to work for more than 24 hours. I was like, I don't know how I can do this again.
No, yeah, that's when you're like, no, I do need it. In fact, a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
So you have a bunch of building experience. I didn't even know you had rental properties before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I told you this, but I'm in the process of buying one.
Right on.
Very stressful.
Yeah.
Very stressful.
Selling them is how I was able to acquire the 2 buildings today.
That makes so much sense. And actually, that's kind of my retirement plan. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, totally.
Like, then I have property and I can always get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're something really cool that I want to chat with you later about is the bar has been a really cool experience. We passed our 5 years. We're entering the 6th year. It's turning over to an employee-owned profit share program.
Ooh.
So I'm actually just going to become creative director and landlord, which is really exciting for me to see that building and space become its own thing, like, have its own legs, and like I'll get to visit it and see, oh, they did this today. That's cool.
Surprise.
Yeah, like I don't need to know. I don't really care in the best way because I trust them.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Oh, that's going to be super, super cool.
It's going to be really weird though to walk in the building and be like,
that's going to be a whole other masterclass. Once you've been doing that for a second, that's going to be a whole other masterclass. Yeah.
Let's make sure it works.
But like, this is how I took my successful business and turned it into employee owned, and that's so cool.
That's partly one of the other parts that I'm excited about, because along the way, it's going to teach me a lot, and I'm still own the property.
Yep.
Like we talked about your retirement plan. It's like, well, I still own the property, so I'm happy to give my team an incredible opportunity to get rewarded for what they're already doing. But then at the end of the day, like I do own the property. Like, so we have a scheduled 20-year what it looks like for lease.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, that's the lease.
Yeah. And we'll keep it going.
No one wants this to succeed more than I do. Like I'm not gonna. I
don't want an empty building.
That's I don't want to put myself out of business and then give it away.
Yes.
And be stupid. So.
Yes. No, it's okay. You've got really good people too.
We do.
You've got really good people. Okay, so that kind of lends into. Okay, so you've done owning, you've done renting, you've done leasing, and you've done buying.
Yeah, and selling.
And selling.
I've sold a business already, and I'm giving away a business pretty much.
Yeah, but you're not though. You're just building the community. The community that you love.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to come back and it be clean, and I don't have to worry about it. Someone else worried about it.
Yeah. Somebody else worried about it. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay, so I do have a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
On the properties you currently have, which I guess we didn't really introduce this, is 5 Bar in Beloit, which is, as it says, a bar. And then the Castle, which is an office rental space, venue.
Yeah.
And just all around kind of cool building.
Yeah. It's 2 buildings put together, and it's 34,000 square feet on the 3 stories. There's the additional stories. So that lends itself to many things. It's a lot of space.
We were just talking about you couldn't find the right fuse for the right outlet.
There is a junction box I cannot locate because the circuit tripped and I can't find it.
Surprise.
I'm not sure where it is.
When it's 30,000 square feet.
Yeah, it's a lot of walking.
Yeah. And that's like not even like a, did you do it yet? Call down the stairs.
Yeah, it's a phone call.
That's a phone call across the building.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Castle, if you haven't been there, you should go look at it. But is super, super magical. So I guess
it is.
We'll go into like what we have now. What kind of operational systems like have you built in? I mean, even just from like in your brain standpoint of like, how do I keep up with
this? In what regard?
Right. Well, so you have what, 18 tenants now?
23.
23 tenants.
Yeah.
And
yeah, between the two buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you, like, what kind of like, and like if you're a project management company, you have like certain check-ins you do and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So pretty much the process for that to keep rapport is on the first of the month. I usually see the tenant. I have monthly office hours for about 4 hours, and then I'm around the building all the time because there's always stuff broken, missing, upside down. The occasional raccoon gets inside the building. There's a lot of stuff.
I would take a raccoon over a bat.
Yeah, that too. There's bats.
I owned a really old house, and they would come down like the side of the chimney.
Yeah.
And then they would just be flying around my house.
Yeah.
And I'm good. That's enough for me.
We had an event, and I walked by just doing a perimeter check inside the building, just kind of like just checking everything. The acoustics are different on the walls too, so it's kind of a fun spot for me to check out. And I could hear a bat in the wall, and I was like, "Oh, I'm hoping that that's his normal spot and that it's not coming into the building during our event," which it didn't, luckily.
Okay, yeah. I mean, at that point, like you just hope like it's a spooky event, you know. Like it did.
It was the vampire ball. So it would have been perfect, but
it would have been perfect. They would have. That would have been awesome.
It would have been.
Yeah.
So no, I guess I should have invited the bat. Maybe it was an actual vampire. Who knows?
Yeah, it was a vampire that just was like watching it from the
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about how you actually acquired these. So you had multiple rental properties that you sold in order to be able to afford.
Yeah, for money. Yes, money.
Okay.
So first I had money. I acquired the money through normal work, and then buying. At that point, it was 2 rental properties, a third one that actually lost a bunch of money. Oops. So, which happens. Yeah. But not as much as the other ones made. So hey.
Yeah. It evens.
Yeah, just a big waste of time and a huge headache, but it's fine.
Okay, so did you do traditional financing for those first couple of rentals?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had those, and then you said, "No, I think I want to buy."
Yeah. So, yes. When you one thing, there's a few pieces of advice that my dad's given me that I really, really like, and one was the hardest change is from 0 to 1. It's 100% change.
Yep.
And then from 1 to 2 is just 50% change. 2 to 3 is a 33% change, and it gets less and less change as you go. So
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, it helps quantify the crazy in my brain.
That makes sense.
Downplays it.
So you took over the castle though.
Yeah.
And it was, or not the castle, the five
bar. Yeah. So
it was crusty.
It was crusty. Yep. There was no heat or AC. There's bolt holes. The roof leaked into the women's room only, which was kind of funny.
That's sexist.
It's water do what water do.
Yeah.
Only if it rains though. So hey,
you know,
act of God.
Hey.
So that property, it was during the lockdown. So also it was vacant. The previous tenants had broke lease, and I mean, during the lockdown, a lot of people did a lot of crazy things. So
you ran out of
not a surprise that a bar would not flourish during the lockdown. But I luckily had been saving up money for a long time and had been working on this concept for about 6 years. And so I had a big pile of money. And then our bartender, Luis, that's awesome. He actually sent me a Facebook message with the bar being for sale on Marketplace for $1.2345 million. It was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a bunch of zeros.
Yep.
And I was like, looking at it, I was like, no, there's no chance. I'm like, well, I'm going to click on it. I was like, okay, that's clearly just someone typed numbers.
Yeah. Like, this is not worth 1.2345 million.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, okay, I can see from that somebody older wants to sell this property. It's their kid helping doing it. And like, I'm going to put it on Facebook too. I could tell it was like a mass push out on every platform. I was like, okay, so they're trying to sell this.
They're hungry. Yeah, they're ready.
They're just filling it and getting it on, but they also aren't too detailed. And like, I was like, okay, this will be interesting. This will be an interesting chat. That at that point, that was the 23rd location I had walked through 4 or 5 bar. It was the 23rd location. I was in active negotiations with 2 other properties, 2 other brokers, or my broken agents. And ended up buying one on Facebook Marketplace. there's a lot of work that went into ahead of time.
Yeah.
A lot of other properties, but that one worked out.
That one worked out.
Yeah.
You saw the potential. Okay.
I did. I was driving back home. I was driving an hour back home to Madison, and I was just like, "Fuck! I think this is the one. I think this is it." Yeah. I was like, I just replayed in my head, looking through the building, and like I was like, "Yeah, we could do this here. That could be improved. That would get ripped out." Like, all right. And I needed a project, and I could see I was like, this one, the shell is correct.
Yeah, but the project is there.
The project is there.
Yeah, I mean, I just did that. I've been this will be my 5th house, and I was like, no, it's time that I need to start like doing like the actual investing part, not just the flip and sell.
Yeah.
And I walked through and I went, no, I really like this one. Like,
right.
I really like this.
Right.
So okay, that's very cool. So did you do traditional financing for that? Tell me.
I have not done traditional financing since for these 2 properties. So I talked to the lady that owned it. She's great. She was there since the 90s, owned the same building.
Yep.
Right. So I bought directly from her. She's had multiple tenants. And it was the lockdown. So I already knew for banks, for commercial, it's different than residential.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was a 40% down payment.
On a $1.2345
million
property.
Yeah. And I went to the bank and I was like, hey, it's really this price and yada, yada. And like, and they're like, sorry, we're in a global pandemic. We aren't loaning against restaurants right now. But if you put down 40%,
we got you.
Yeah. And I was like, all right. So either I can basically buy a loan and have nothing left to renovate, or I can now go and I have this somewhat almost fabricated in a way constraint. So I went to her, I was like, hey, either I can do this route and you get bought out, but then it hits your taxes way faster.
Correct.
Which you don't want because you plan on being alive for a while. I hope. It's like, so I'd rather give you that money.
Capital gains will get you.
Yeah. I was like, I'd rather give you that money. So let's not negotiate price. Let's negotiate terms. Like I'll take your price. And that wasn't the 1.2, it was much less, but
no, so I'm gonna go with 1.234. That's how much it was.
Yeah. That's
every time somebody asks me now, from now on, everybody watching, because they get mad when I don't start talking numbers. Other people's businesses. And I'll be like, I don't even know. And I'll just make up an astronomical number.
The castle was listed for $1.2 million though.
Yeah.
The LoopNet posting from
that was legit. Okay, but no, 5 bar 1.234.
Yeah. Okay. I think it was all the way. Whoever fills up $1 million, 6 numbers, 7 numbers. I think it went to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. That's here. I have $7 specifically.
I wonder if I could find the messenger.
You probably should.
If I could.
You should need to screenshot it too if you could. That's like
yeah.
I try, like if I find a really good deal, I try to like screenshot it so that I have it for posterity's sake.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Okay, so you negotiated terms, which I think this is why I asked you about this, right? Because when people are first starting out in business, I mean, at least a lot of us don't have, $1 million.
What? That's crazy.
To start a business, and so we got to do it on our ownsies.
Yeah.
So finding a space, especially if you don't work well in your house, or if you do for sure need a space in order to function in a business, right? It's hard.
Well, funny you would say that. I actually kind of forgot. I did try to get my current house licensed as a bar. I spent time on that. And of course, the building next to me was a mixed commercial residential. This is up in Madison. Madison's a much harder county.
Yes.
But I did try to do a bar out of my house.
It did not work though.
Legally not capable. No surprise. But I was like, well,
you could have done an underground speakeasy.
Correct. Yeah. So we had this really cool deck. And like I had the whole plan for it, but I was like, well, let's just see if it's ever possible. For bars, there's a thing that there's only so many alcohol permits per city, county, state. So you can't get around that. That is a hard stop. So anyways, I did look at doing it at home. Yeah.
That would have been cool though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and that's, so the conversation I have with people a lot is like, oh, I'm doing it out of my basement or my garage, but I need more space, or I don't focus well at home. I'm one of those people that'll need to switch it up every few years because I'll start getting too comfy, and then I need to switch it up for my brain.
Right. Totally.
But that being said, a lot of them don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right. Yeah.
Invest. And even then, sometimes like going and renting somewhere is too expensive. I mean, right
Yeah,
up
yeah.
the way from here, we have new spaces going up there, $1,800 a month.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of money for a brand new business. So
Right.
talk a little bit to the terms and how you kind of came to the conclusion that you could do terms.
Sure. Yeah. So first of all, like I wasn't given
Mhm.
daddy's money or anything like that. Both my parents were teachers
Yeah.
growing up. So like my family remembers, my siblings remember eating popcorn like for dinner because
Yeah.
that's what we could afford, right?
Mhm.
So, which is fine and great, and we survived and all that. But
I'm sure as kids it was fun.
yeah, who doesn't like popcorn?
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I had saved up some money and I had money,
Mhm.
and so when I decided I wanted to do the bar,
Yeah.
I looked at this money and I said, "This is gone now.
Mhm.
This will be gone."
Yes. Poof.
So that's a big part of it.
That's a hard one.
It's
It's
gone.
not hard for me. I'm very like non-risk. I like
Yeah.
money comes, money goes. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there that it's very hard for.
If you want money,
Yeah.
you probably should not start a business.
Correct.
It takes a long time. It's way better to put it into the stock market. If you had put, yeah. Anyways, so that was the removing my emotion from, will this happen? Will this actually succeed? And will I get back this money ever?
Yes.
That was like, I'd rather do this thing. I have this money. I had this opportunity right now with the lockdown, and this business went under. I was like, if it doesn't succeed now, you can see it either as the worst time in the world to buy a bar or literally the best time.
The best, yeah.
So I chose to view it that way.
Okay.
And maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. So then walking into the negotiation, the little bit of the like cheddar or bait for Bert was, okay, that's the price you want. I will agree to that, but you're going to have to meet me and get me to that price.
Yes.
I'm happy to, no worries, but here's what I need along the way, because I am going to destroy your building. I'm going to completely gut your building, and I need money to put it back together.
Yes.
And when we opened, it was like $250 left. So I was like, we've squeaked through.
That is a squeak.
Yeah. We're talking about like a $75,000 investment down to like $250. I was like, all right, we made it.
We made it.
Yeah. That was the plan. I could have spent more, if I had more, I would have.
I could have probably spent less.
Yeah.
But I made it.
We opened with three pieces of decor. And now if you've seen the bar, it's covered like a drag queen.
Beautiful. It's very comfy.
Yeah.
As a non-bar goer myself, I would say it's very comfy.
It's cozy.
Okay, so when we talk about terms, because I can speak to my own contract now, but you did what would be considered seller financing, right?
Yeah, land contract.
Yep.
Yeah. So I bought the property and we worked out a 5-year lease, and I had 5 years to decide if I wanted to walk away or buy it. Okay. And that was a set price.
Yep.
I could have negotiated harder. She got a good deal on that one where I came in and I was paying rent, and it didn't go towards purchasing the building. It was just rent, but it secured the price. It allowed me to get on my feet.
Yep.
Allowed us to see. And then I was like, okay, we're on our feet. All right, now we'll start the process to buy the actual real estate.
Yep.
Traditionally 20% down, all the W-2s, all the stuff through a real bank.
Okay.
So, but it got the foot in the door.
So then you found the castle. Did you do the same type dealio?
No. Luckily, I learned.
You were like, wait a second, 5 years of money did not go towards the purchase price. I don't know about that. Yeah.
Or it was like, over a year, but it was something. And that was like a fine print one where her lawyer had used the correct terminology that got her a bunch more money, which, hey, hallelujah. Okay. Yeah. It's going to a good person. It's not like it went away and it's like, no, that an old lady got more money. That's okay.
Yeah,
we're cool with that.
Yeah.
You can sleep at night. With the castle, they were at my bar. So it sounds like they approached me, but they were complaining about it not selling. In a good way, not like
it's right down the road from each other. It's like a block away.
They're two buildings in between.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, what's the lowest price you took that didn't actually materialize? Like what was the kink? And for them, it was banks wouldn't loan against this enormous building that
it's in the middle of the city.
Yeah, it's incredible and it's super cool. The last heating bill was $4,483 for heat for 1 month. So there's quite a bit of intricate things to it. I still can't find the electrical panel. So I just asked what was literally the lowest number and I had just sold a house, so I was sitting on more than 6 figures of money again. I was going to pay off all my debts and just be debt free and own a bar. You know,
that was
I was like, yeah, cool, whatever.
The idea is when to die there.
Yeah.
You would have got another building.
Yeah. And I felt like I was at a spot where I could walk away from that business in a good way and turn it over to some people. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to pursue this. And for those terms, we agreed on a price, the lowest price that they had already accepted. So that was cool. And then I was like, okay, well, how about I just put down an incredible deposit,
giant chunk.
Yeah. And so I ended up putting down 50 grand, so a check. I was like, all right. And I dated it for like a month out. I was like, I might cancel this check, but here's a check. You know, if we negotiate, it works. There's 50 grand
right there. Done.
Like that talks a lot. Now I happen to have that. I was in a position, but the equivalent of that can have many different forms. When I bought my first business, I was just buying the business, not the building, right? It was a little coffee shop. I figured out what their pain point was. And the pain point was, this is kind of funny, the owner was having an affair with the barista. So he needed to stop doing that.
Yeah.
And one good way for him to stop doing that was not to own
the business anymore.
Yeah. So I was able to put down $1,000 and buy his business. And I said, hey, you said it's this profitable. Every time we hit that number, you'll get another $1,000.
Yeah.
Help me hit that number. And we did, and I sold it, and it was great. So there's a lot of different ways to get what you want. The family ultimately, they love the building, they're great, all that stuff, but they wanted to stop paying $1,000 a week in heat because it's no value to them. It's not bringing them any value.
Well, and especially if you don't have it rented out, it's just
it's just sitting there,
literally money out the door,
hemorrhaging money. So when I came in with $50K, and then I said, and I will assume all your bills, and I will take over every legality. I'll take over every leak and broken window and all that.
Right. This building is now mine.
Yeah. They were like, oh,
this
cool.
makes it easier.
That's they can sleep at night. Literally, they told me after they saw that I was on my feet, they're like, we sleep a lot better, which is cool.
Right, because they liked the building and they loved the building and they did things for their family. It's just,
and that's the other part. They could tell by my bar, because they were very familiar with me, that I would take what they were trying to do and put my spin on it and do my flavor.
Levi thing.
Yeah, but it's gonna go forward the direction that they were intending, and they were just tired of, they put in 12 years. 12 years is a long time to work on a building and it not be done. I mean, it makes sense for how big it was, but so they wanted to see it come to fruition. So I came in with money, they stopped losing money, and then I executed their vision.
So, new question.
Yeah.
That is already written down. Before you signed this land contract, right? You said, here's my 50 grand.
Right.
I want this. I want the building.
Want it.
What made you say these numbers make sense?
Oh, yeah. That's I mean, not sure.
I will say that part of mine is I'm like, I like it.
Yeah.
Like
so for the bar, there was when I bought the bar, there was no revenue, right? It was a lockdown. The business had failed. So I was like, okay, but I had a cushy job that I could make the rent on that building. And at worst case, I was like, okay, I kissed the money goodbye. I have the weirdest like man cave bachelor pad that's actually a bar, and I can open whenever I want. And I'll pay it off within a few years anyway with my other job, which had shortly thereafter quit or resigned. With this one, I was like, well, am I willing to throw away this money and potentially throw away 2 years of my life and lose hundreds of thousands of dollars for this opportunity? Given there's no business there right now. There's like kind of a renter. It's like, it's not making enough to even pay the utilities. Do I want to take this on? And at that time, my other business was doing so good. I had such a pile of money, and then they told me the revenue was going to be this. So I was like, okay, there's 3 fail safes. And worst case, I can just pull the plug and lose money and lose 2 years. I'm not going to die. It's like, it's just you
money
lost
comes and money goes.
Yeah, it's just like whatever. Fine, but we did fight tooth and nail to keep it. So we pulled the nosedive up.
That's a huge nut you have to cover every single month.
It is, yeah.
But on the flip side, now you have all these really cool events.
Yeah, we literally just pulled up. January was finally our first profitable within from the business itself. So I was like,
Thank the Lord.
yeah, because I was relying on 5 bar to make
Mhm.
that last. You know,
Yeah.
at first 100% of the payments, and then just less and less.
Less and less.
Yeah.
5 bars of cash cow. And I think that's a really good.
Yeah.
Like,
It was kind of
lesson,
wild.
you know?
Another lesson from it that I didn't
Yeah.
realize in the time was obviously I stopped working on 5 bar, and it did
Mhm.
start to atrophy. It started to decline quite a bit, and I had to do a panic attack moment.
Yeah. Of reset.
Reset, walk around the building quite a bit, walk around both buildings, and just do it honest to yourself and be like, all right, what is going on? Like, how would you
Mhm.
a year from now explain this to yourself again, right? In an interview. And I realized I was like, okay, I need to stop working on the castle.
Mhm.
5 bar needs my help.
Yeah.
And so for 2 months, I didn't do anything. I'd walk around it once a day and then go back to work.
Call it alive.
Yeah, just like
Mhm.
it's sitting there.
Mhm.
It's not going anywhere. But yeah,
Okay. No, and I think that's. I mean, I own multiple businesses, and I have to do the same thing. I'll be like, oh, we haven't done anything here.
right.
What, bro? Like,
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Well, like, we're gonna catch back up, and like we'll
Yeah.
spend a couple weeks on it, and
Right.
make it all shiny and brand new again, and
Yeah.
functioning and growing, and then we
Totally.
kind of grow from there. And I think that's the life of having more than one business, though.
Right, because I could see that the 5 bar was successful. It just needed my
Mhm.
help again to then take care of the castle.
Yeah.
You got to put on your oxygen mask first, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I mean, for me, it's hard because I'll be like, "That's really exciting over here, though.
It is.
It's
It's
so much
fun.
over here." And then
Yeah.
I'm like,
And the
Doesn't do my
growth
best.
potential with the castle is much more
Mhm.
enormous than 5 bar, just because it's 11 times the size.
yeah.
So in theory, it has 11 times the opportunity of revenue.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And it is really cool. If seriously, those watching, and hello to everyone that said hello. If you have not gone to the castle, you have an opportunity because BRP has their pitch night there.
Yeah, we have some free events coming up too, which is pretty
Mhm.
cool. Yeah, we just booked one
Yeah.
today, which I'm
Cool.
excited about. Yeah.
Can you tell me what it is?
Yeah, it's a comedian.
Mhm.
His name is Squeezy Jibs, I think. He's got 800 plus thousand Instagram followers alone. I've been following him, and he announced that he's debuting a movie, and I forgot I had signed up for his newsletter, so it came into my email, and I literally replied. I was like, "Hey, this is kind of wild. I just heard you on this other podcast." So I
Mhm.
gave him a shout out to a bigger podcast and all this stuff. Like, I'm a
Yeah.
fan, genuinely. It's like, and also like, here's our next movie we're debuting,
Yeah.
which is about strippers inside the church, which is taboo and fun. And I was like, I'd really love to debut or premiere your movie
Yeah.
as a fan. And we started a dialogue, and he types all caps, all misspelled, frantic at random times of the day. And I was like, I can work with this guy.
This is
And,
vibe.
yeah.
This is
So I was
vibe.
like, you got a free venue if you want. You keep the sales. I'll keep the bar sales.
Yeah, we'll call it good.
We'll call it good. And he bid on it. He just emailed me today the Eventbrite link that he put up. I was like, cool.
I like it.
I like it. It feels cool.
I like it. I'm gonna go look. I'll look.
Yeah. So it's a comedy. So in it, they did a documentary of his tour, and he hired another documentary company to then join mid-documentary to see how long it would take them to realize that there's 2 documentaries going on, because he's just like this weird guy. And
That's actually though so
I love
funny.
it. It's super funny.
That's super funny.
Yeah.
No, and that's like true comedy right there.
It's true comedy. Yeah, it's a joke within a joke.
It's a joke. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anyways, I'm excited.
Talking about a joke within a joke. Felipe, my intern,
Yeah,
was here, and we were doing the music for pitch night,
Mhm.
and it's a joke inside of a joke.
Mhm.
We were cracking up putting stuff on this playlist. So just know if you're listening to the playlist.
Oh, subtle messages.
Yes, Felipe and I think we are hilarious.
All right.
Okay. So couple more questions, and then if anybody here has any questions, Ember and Edge says it'll be her or his first time at the castle.
Cool. Right on.
And they live in Beloit.
Oh, cool. All right.
So,
sweet.
Surprise.
Yeah. Right on.
Okay. So what is, and this is probably not just one, but what is one mistake that you made during the process of finding spaces, of building businesses inside of spaces that taught you the most as a business owner?
There's just endless ones, right? Like endless. Number one, bad employees cost you like way more than you could ever realize. Just the time alone. Just incredibly, one bad hire is like a cancer. You gotta get rid of it as soon as possible. So I rely on some friends I really trust to help with the interview process. And my worst hire was, I thought my friend gave somebody the thumbs up, but he was just reciting some stuff, and I wasn't paying close enough attention to my friend. And then I hired somebody. That was a bad lesson.
Oops.
Yeah, just one more phone call with that friend. You know,
just one more.
Just like, hey, I just want to. Would you hire this guy? And he would have been like, oh no, I was just telling you some stuff about him. Like, oh, I thought you were validating him.
Yeah, I thought you were okaying him.
Yeah. And ultimately, how I find those is I pretty much just install cameras, and then I reference that there's cameras, and I reference something that they did that was not right, and then usually they quit, which is nice.
That is nice. They I would say you're self-selecting.
Self-selecting, and when it's at that level where cameras are making you quit, that's not a wonderful person, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be in your business. Then setting an actual budget, I've done before many times, and you have to, right? You have like, what's your rent going to be? You have to set a budget for a project. With the properties that I've acquired, they're always a do-it-yourself maintenance, fixing up, flip, whatever. And the hard part that I'm realizing that kind of gets me in trouble myself is I'll set the budget, but then I'm like, well, but if we made this gold plated, we'd bring in more revenue. So
you don't.
Of course I do.
Fair.
Yeah, of course. And so that part gets really hard. That's specifically with a property. You think you can, oh, if I do this better, website, I'll get more money. Like, not necessarily. Right. You got to collect $1. Otherwise, it's not a business, So that one's there for sure. And then this last year, because it was 2025, and then I had 5 bar. We put up balloons that said 2025 bar for New Year's Eve, and I thought it was funny. And I left it up all year, and I decided I wasn't going to go on trips. I was actually going to spend this 2025 working on the business every single day. And the lease I worked was a 4-hour day. One day was the lease I worked on my businesses. Literally, I was like, I need to get to the point at 2026 I can sell them. Like, so let's go, right? And that was good. And mistakes of not doing that sooner. Like, pretend like you're going to be selling it.
So, and pretend like you're going to be selling it, but part of it is, you said 5 bar was on the 5-year make it or break it, and then you continued forward. So now that it's fully financed by you, you can just decide what you want to do with it. That's part of it too.
Help me rephrase that. Sorry.
So earlier you said you did a land contract or a lease to own for 5 years.
Oh, but yeah, we already bought the building.
Okay.
It was a land contract, so we put all in place the purchase price and all that stuff. Yeah, and then any improvements that I put in, she let me take off the building price. Not any improvements, but big ones, like
big ones, yeah.
An HVAC system. It was $17,000. Like,
kind of important.
Kind of important.
No matter if you were running a business out of it or not.
Yeah. And it was really funny, and one of my close friends references this sometimes. We made it into November with no heat in the building at all. And like, people would come in, they're like, oh, it's cold. We're like, oh, I guess it's a little chilly. I was like, there's no heat in this building at all.
That's funny.
Yeah. So.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Okay. So big takeaways, at least for me, is, you can look at a property for your business.
Yeah.
And you might not be able to go to a bank.
Right. Yeah.
And you can still, provided you have a owner of said property.
If you can talk to the owner that is in charge, the decision maker, you're not going through
a broker,
broker's not, they want their commission.
Yeah.
So they need money to transpire. Otherwise, they're doing it for free.
Yes.
Whoever you're talking to, just see what their motivator is. Why are we on this call? Why are we here? Why are you selling the building for real? Yeah. Like, if it's so good and you want me to buy it, why aren't you holding on to it?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Right. So there's always reason.
There's always reason.
Yeah, but that's if you're buying a building. Otherwise, imagine a lot of the people are looking just for like office space or something, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I can only barely see. Sorry if you see me squinting. Yeah. I can only barely see Oh, somebody said heart, 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 5 bar. That's really sweet.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'll put that on the screen for me.
That's sweet.
Heart, 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 5 bar. But yeah, so some people are actually looking to rent.
Right. Mm-hmm. Which is way easier.
You ain't never tell no lies. You ain't never
yeah.
tell lies. So do you have any advice for people that are like just starting out, like they have bare bone budgets?
Yeah. So I was just thinking back to when I started my coffee shop, right? So like I was a renter, right? I bought a business inside of somebody else's building. Yeah. Ultimately, the expression of the cafe that I had was a little tiny drive-through coffee shop near Seattle. So you drive up, get coffee, drive away. It had a bathroom on site. You could go inside this little building, but it was a little tiny building. There was nothing going on. There's a little coffee shop. But with that one, kind of like 5 bar, I negotiated and looked at 6 different cafes. Not buying the building. Yeah, it's a lot of homework. And I usually tell my friends when they want to do something, I'm like, well, you're going to fail a bunch of times. You need to be comfortable with that because you don't just like learn how to read. You don't just like know how to do whatever amazing talent that you actually do have. It's a lot of practice. Even as we forget as children, you have to crawl before you can run. So, I mean, with the cafe, I looked at 6 different buildings and walked through and I was like, okay, how much are they really generating? All those normal questions. But for me, I looked at the situation was, how can I make this better?
Right.
What do I have that makes this better? Why is this good for me? And why, what is here that person was failing at that I can add value to? Because otherwise, it's probably not going to get better and have more revenue or whatever. So same with the room and the space. Like, I mean, obviously, can you see yourself working there every day? Can you see yourself crying on April 14th in this room? Yeah, good.
Yeah,
it's a good start.
Part of that stack of it's still in my backpack is the books, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've realized the fee for late filing is not worth the stress sometimes. So I haven't done my last sales tax. I'm like, whatever, it's $25 and then a small percentage. It's fine.
I'll figure it out. Yeah.
Like there's just other cool stuff going on. I don't need to sit down and do that, even though it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, I need some of that to come back to me.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm investing in this house.
Well, I'm just talking about sales tax. Due on the 20th in Wisconsin after every month, so it's only
thankfully
2+ weeks away.
I'm a service-based business. Sales tax, what?
Yeah. We are not. We collect unpaid tax collector for the United States government.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I remember they just had an event at 5 Bar for anyone watching. That it was something cash, no sales.
We did no sales, yeah.
No sales at all.
Yeah.
So come in and no sales.
We did, yeah. It was Minneapolis was doing it to show a lot of businesses said like we're suspending payments. We'll catch up with our customers later, just to show you like we can turn off the tax dollars.
Yeah.
Like the people are in control.
Yes.
So we did it. It was weird, and then we lost a lot of money. That's for sure.
But also,
so it's whatever.
Cool community situation.
It's more like I had to do something. Things were just so crazy. I was going to lose my head.
That's fair.
So let's say we lost money. It's just money.
Wait. I've got some thingies.
All right.
You are supportive, aka Dina. That's so hard. Getting or being okay to fail. Switching my mindset to spending money without making money right away is really hard.
Well, then you should be an employee at a business that's like what you want to start. That's the only way there's guaranteed money.
Guaranteed money, yeah.
Otherwise, it's just if you're not comfortable with that.
I will say she has over the last couple of years switched quite heavily. Dina has she's actually in the program. She has an adaptive bra. So
you showed me that.
Yeah. So if you have top surgery or a mastectomy or a lumpectomy, or maybe you are breastfeeding and have like really sore boobs, it's super, super adjustable and cool. You can put ice packs in it and ports in it and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So
sounds like a need in the marketplace.
Huge need. And so she'll be pitching at the castle in a couple of weeks. with her adaptive bra. So
Yeah.
it's been a long haul though. It was
I'll bet.
and I think part of it was a surprise. Like it was a surprise. Like, oh yeah, it does cost this much to put something like this together.
Right. Right.
And that is one thing. I mean, I consistently say over and over. I'm like, if you're going to start a business, do start with service. And that way, if you hate it, it's just a service-based business. You have little overhead. But if you start with a product-based business, you got to go all the way in.
Right. Yeah.
Before you can ever make any money. So she jumped off the deep end for sure.
That's cool.
But she's doing really well.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Awesome.
I'm
That's awesome.
I'm proud of her. Okay. So back to leasing. Any advice on where to find, how to like check to see like is your landlord gonna be cool? Like that. Yeah.
Totally. And when I say like the thing you should be prepared to fail and walk away from the money, it's better to go into that knowing that is a very real possibility and it's a 99% gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be rude to anybody or shock words, but yeah, I mean we blew a lot of money. Like I lost 6 figures last year alone. Like I lost that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
I'm damn near out of that pile of money, but luckily we pulled up.
Those are those days where you just sit there and you go, oh no.
Yeah, like what am I doing?
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And then I have to convince myself,
right.
No, I'll make it back. It's fine.
That was the plan. I mean, it's like it's gonna take a couple years. But anyways, so there's LoopNet, there's a bunch of different websites where you can go in and start to look for places, but really the key is always people, right? There's always people.
Always, yeah.
So who would know the information I need? Start there. If it's a plumber, if it's a small business consultant, if it's a landlord, a broker, whatever, just hey, I'm looking for roughly this. Here's some example locations, do you know of any more? Like I get approached by just the weirdest business opportunities. And right now it's a bunch of kitchens. A bunch of people are like, do you rent a kitchen? I'm like, I do. This is cool. And I also have friends that do. And I connect you when I think that you actually have your shit together.
Yeah, you're legitimate.
Yeah. I've passed off 3 different kitchens. I helped the guy that wanted a kitchen. Somebody else was like, do you think this food truck would work for me? I was like, no. And then I sent it to the other guy and he ended up buying it, which was true. And, so people. Right.
Yes, people.
Connect with people, but come with something, not just like, oh, I want to start a business. That's like the worst, right?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, I'm looking to lease for 2 years. I have a runway for 2 years. I need about this much office space. XYZ. I will have guests there. I won't, or clients there. I won't. Like it's very simple. Just imagine you're the person that gets 100 people emailing them every day, and make it easy for them to take your money.
to make a yes or no decision.
I tell my tenants, I have 23, and I tell them all the time, the more you talk to me, the more likely your rent will increase.
Because you got to pay for my time.
Because that's what you're doing. Because I can't spend 10 minutes talking to 23 people every day.
No, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, this meeting should have been an email. Is very real. I walked away from a tenant today. 2 different tenants today. I just walked away.
Yeah, like I can't.
Like I was like, I don't know what to tell you guys. So, anyways,
it's
pretty funny.
No, that is. I mean, I think that's really helpful though, as a business owner going into the conversation, right? Making sure that you read it on my wall. I have the do not commit a Googleable offense.
Yeah.
Right. Prior planning prevents piss poor performance is another one.
Yeah.
Right. Like I know what I'm looking for and I know what I want. And there's certain things that you can always compromise on. Like maybe you don't want to pay your utilities, but the perfect place you pay utilities. Okay, fine. But like, there's certain things you're going to compromise and there's certain things you can't. Right? Like I can't compromise on having a door. Like I need a lockable door on my office.
Sure, yeah.
Because I have clients in here talking about personal information and I need no one else to walk in at that time. Right. So like things that I know I can't compromise on. But if you don't know that as a looker,
right.
Then how do you connect? How can you connect? That's smart.
I don't know what's in your brain, right? You guys know what you need, what makes you tick. Like literally, I know some people start businesses to get away from their partner, get out of the house, get away from the kids.
You said it.
Like, no, for real. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
If that's what keeps you a healthy,
Same, yeah.
productive member of society, that everyone wants that. That's great.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different drivers for you. Like, you don't have to even say that, right? If that was the case, but you just need a small office that's quiet because you gotta get away from the kids. The kids are so loud. Once you figure out what those are, then you can ask the questions like, "Hey, I have this budget. I'm looking to do a 2-year lease. I'm looking to do." When I was starting renting out, I'm like, I'm cool month to month. I just need revenue. I need you not to smell bad, yell in the building, and just pay rent. That's all I need.
Right.
And I'm willing to make whatever work. So yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, getting started is the biggest thing though.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time it's talked to people and it's been like 4 years. I'm like, wow. So are you ever going to do this, or is it just?
It's a shit or get off the pot situation.
Like at what point? Yeah. How many years are you going to talk about it? Because I'm done listening.
And how many times do I have to talk about it with you?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's one of my.
Unless it's developing and it's changing.
Yes.
Great.
But like, if you're going to keep coming up with the same blocks, the same, and I go, I don't know how else to help.
Right.
You.
Right. But once you start getting, I mean, if you reach out to a broker or a real estate agent or whatever, and you're looking for a lease, if you do have that lead time, you're like, hey, I'm looking to start this in the next 3 years, 4 years, when my kid moves out or whatever your lifespan, whatever that makes sense. Well, you've planted a very important seed. And when you show back up the next year, like, hey, I know we chatted a year ago, just so you know, I'm on my timeline.
Yeah.
I'm 3 years out. That person might be looking at their own property. They might be like, oh, you'd be a great tenant.
Yeah, because you're on top of it.
You are consistent.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like the conversations do matter.
That's funny you say that because I'd be saying networking.
Right. And we were just, yeah.
You know that? Did you talk to them?
Yeah.
Did you email them? Did you text them? Did you follow up?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be great. I mean, how long have we known each other? Probably 3 or 4 years now.
Definitely 2.5.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, a while, and it's not like I call you even once every 6 months.
Yeah.
But you knew who I was, and it was done, and the network, the relationship had started, and then when I said, "Hey, I need this, and this, I'm looking for this," it was done.
Yeah, you're someone that I see does. I don't want to put my effort towards this idea and it not happen.
And it not happen.
I'd be wasting my time.
And so,
now I brought you.
Made it super, super easy. Oh man, we got messages.
That's good.
Shit. Okay.
And I put some people in your path.
Yes.
And
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Pitch night, cool. Alex.
Okay,
quick question for you guys. Actually, let me put this on the screen so everyone else can see it. Boom. This is gonna be big, but sorry guys. Scrollable. Quick question, you guys. What is the best way to reach out to places like 5 Bar or the Castle? With Ember and Edge, it's a laser engraving company.
Cool.
I do custom laser engraved B2B items like slate coasters, whiskey glasses, and other branded pieces for bars and restaurants. And I'd love to connect with them. So as the owner, this is completely off topic of the leasing part, but as the owner, what would be the best way? Like, if perfect world.
Yeah, I literally, someone has done this to me before when I was in the bar, and I hate it when I get solicited in my own bar to give somebody else money. It's not the most fun thing in the world.
Yeah. I'm on the spot too. You're on the spot.
And it's like many things. So, but if you are doing that, you don't have to give me a sample. You don't have to do any of this stuff, but a picture of the thing, and just message us or tag us, or I think with some whiskey glass like that or whatever, make it look cool, make it look awesome. Why would I pay more for this glass to have that thing? Show me how that translates.
Right.
Or it's like, it's a fun novelty thing that I can buy and give to my customers, or it's an ego thing for me that, I'm at that level where I can engrave my stuff. Those are all fine drivers. But it needs to just easily cross my path. When I emailed this guy, the comedian, I was like, oh, that's so wild. I heard you on this other podcast that has like millions of listeners. I'm so glad you reached out. I actually am doing another video next month. I would love to also debut yours, and I'm willing to do a $0 fee. You just collect it. I'll run it.
Yeah.
That's an easy pitch. Why would he not do that?
Right.
I'm already got the social validation, social proof. I already have a plan.
You know the brand clearly.
And I made it just clean as possible. 3 paragraphs are all a sentence. And he got back to me right away. He's like, shit's crazy. Email me next week. I took it. I archived it for a week. I didn't even reply. I left him alone.
Yeah.
He said shit's crazy. I'm not gonna,
Right, like I'm not gonna add to your inbox. I don't need to respond to that right now.
Right.
You know?
Right. But so I mean, you can, if you really want to be sleuthy and like do something really clever, obviously go into that bar, follow them on social media, whatever's free, right? And then comment, be like, wow, I would love to have my glassware at a bar of this caliber. And it could be a dive bar, it could be the world, you know, it could be a Taj Mahal. I don't know. But just starting to plant that seed, you know, like do something.
Yeah.
Like adding
connection.
Yeah, adding comments to social proof, that's value for that business. If their social media has like 500 comments and they're always positive,
yeah,
that's valuable, you know.
And it makes people want to go to them more often.
Yeah, like it's just really easy. Just imagine you're that person, add some value.
Yeah,
that's unique to you. Yeah,
done.
It doesn't have to be a free glass either. You don't have to give away product, because you're gonna be reaching out to what, 100 bars.
Yeah, easily.
That's a lot of money.
Easily,
it's a lot of money. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Hopefully, and he goes, thank you for the advice. Awesome. We have another question. Oh, I love this. I love when we get questions. Okay. Also, hold on, let me put that on the screen for everyone to see. If you found a space that's your ideal location, but the landlord isn't good in terms of fixing things, is that a deal breaker?
Well, if it's safety related, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No landlord's good at fixing things. It always takes forever. It's always unfair to the tenant. They feel like I'm throwing away my money when you could just fix this thing. That's how it's going to feel. But at least you're on that side of it, not the one plunging in the toilet and such. You have to just realize what it's going to be. It's not a sitcom episode of whatever. Someone started a business and it's easy and they make money. You got to put in the work
into it.
Yeah. But related to that etching question and the whole topic today, be clear, be concise. I would be so bold to even contact them with that information. Be like, I really like it. My only hesitance right now from signing a check for you and moving in tomorrow afternoon is I'm concerned the leaky gutter is going to translate into other issues as well. What is the plan for that? And they can come back and be like, actually, in 2 months, we've already scheduled something. I just can't get on ladders. Yeah. There might be a really good solution. And that I have one tenant and she complains about everything, but it's of value to me because it tells me what's broken. Yeah. I take that as a good thing. She's not being rude about it. She's
just an FYI. Just an FYI.
Yeah. And I would appreciate it as an email instead of a pop-in when I'm working on something. But it's still a tremendous value to me. So what you are describing might actually help the landlord. It's how you frame it.
And I will say, I mean, personal experience, if you are a really good tenant like that and you're like, hey, FYI, this is a thing.
Yeah.
And the landlord's like, oh, shit. And you're like, you know what? I'll be there Saturday. I'm going to get it done.
Right.
And actually, you know, you can do it for goodwill, but you also can do it for, can I take $100 off my rent if I fix it? And almost 90% of the time, they're like, yeah, 100%.
Almost every month, somebody is supplementing the rent through painting a room, taking care of yard work, whatever it is. Like I have a guy that came to me last night, did that big long text. I was like, he's not going to make rent next month. Okay, you know. Oh, he wants to help. Oh, he's got these skills. Yeah. You know, I was like, don't lie about your skill. Tell me what you got. Yeah. And it was sure enough. I was like, yeah, no, I need that help. That's worth a month rent. Yep. Easy. That's great. I can plan. I'm not gonna get the money from him anyway. It's not gonna materialize out of nowhere. He doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it. It's not in the account.
And guess what? That's fine.
Yes.
Because he's gonna provide value to me that I would have taken that money and spent more for.
Yes.
So, but when you're looking at a landlord, these types of questions and concerns, very succinct, make it very quick for both of your,
sanities.
Yeah. Like why spend 2 hours? But it will show you whether or not you'll have a working relationship with them and whether or not you guys can get along, which is the bigger thing.
It's a bigger issue. Yeah.
Because you do not want to rent from somebody that makes you feel unsafe in any capacity whatsoever.
Yep. Been there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I've been, this is specifically horses, but I've been to quite a few places. So you have to rent where you're going to, you own the property where you're going to keep your horses. You have to rent the spot for your horses, right?
Right.
And there's a property in Beloit that I literally had to bring my partner with.
Oh
Because
yeah.
he would scream at me.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm a pretty, I can scream right back with the best of them.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, this is way past.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no.
And like, there's no fixing. Like, this is not an
Right.
argument. Like, this is just who you are. And we were in and out really, really quick.
Yeah.
We were there for 2 months. Like, I was like, I cannot do this.
And it's a prop, like if you're the landlord, it's a property. It's not you. It's not your child. It's a property.
Yeah.
They know it smells like cat urine from the past tenant. They know. Or if they don't, or whatever,
then you have another whole other problem.
Yeah, but there's so many things you can do with that. If it's something that's like the building smells, right? Okay, all right. Like, hey, landlord, I'm willing to give this a shot, but if it still smells bad, I would like this in my lease that I can terminate based off this smell. So I'm willing to sign a lease. I'm willing to move in, but if after 3 months the gutter is still leaky, this whatever, like you gotta let me move out.
And I think that's
like that's totally fine. I had a tenant just literally broke lease, wrote the paper, ruined my carpet, all this stuff. I was like, yeah, I do not want to chase you. I could sue you for thousands of dollars because you signed a 2-year lease.
Yeah.
Not me. You signed it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to chase him though.
What was the saying? You came to me.
Yeah. Right.
You came to me and asked to use my stuff.
Right. Right. I say that to people all the time when things are going south. Like,
you
this was your idea to sign up for this job to rent this for you walked through it. I did. This was your idea.
Right. I did not show up in your inbox.
Nothing in my life changed towards you.
Yes.
You have just whatever. Anyways.
No, I think that's good to learn. And I will say, like, from that perspective, everybody I've ever rented from, as long as I was clean after myself, respectful, and I offered to do stuff. Literally, they're like, please come back. Like, you're welcome to come back at any time. And even because I'm moving because I need a bigger space or different location, or like I literally moved the whole states. Like, you know, they were like, if you ever need anything, please come back.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys can kind of imagine my life and world, I rent to a man that has eyeballs that are tattooed black.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't see that. Continuing.
And a third eye tattooed here. So he's visually a very specific human, right? Yeah. And he rents right next to the Democratic Party of Rock County, which brings in a lot of old people that are writing checks. It is a very delicate relationship, and they are one door away from each other. And it works because we put in the work, we communicate, and we've eliminated as much friction as we can.
Yeah.
And those initial conversations were a bit too long for me. I was not enjoying them, but we put in the work to have a longer relationship, right?
Yeah.
If you're coming to somebody and you're like, but this and that and this and that, I'm not returning your calls, right? Like, make it easy on the landlord. And then what you have is value. You're somebody in the building that's going to let them know if it's on fire. Yeah. That's valuable. You know, like there's a lot of value that you bring besides just money. You know, and if you can show that, like, hey, I'm going to be here twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, because that's when my kids are whatever. Just let them know what they're walking into. Like, but for that to work for me, can you paint this? Can you what would it take to get this carpet? Yeah. Like, sign a 3-year lease.
I'll redo it for you.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah. Yep. After 1 year, I will redo your carpet once you've proven that you will pay on time.
Yeah.
But if you're paying on the 15th, I'm not going to redo your carpet.
No.
Why am I paying for your carpet when you're not even paying my bill?
Yes.
So it's really easy. Just,
It is easy.
And I hope it doesn't sound like I'm actually just complaining about my tenants, because a lot of them are really awesome people.
Oh no, I complain about the guys right here in the office. Yeah, you walked in and I was like,
we're all humans.
Them.
I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I know that. That's okay with me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, me too. No, but I love them. It's just, sometimes you have to be an adult and a professional about these conversations.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's delicate as the landlord. When the tenant comes to you, you have to be. It's very hard to choose the right words sometimes. So just be patient with the landlord if they're struggling with words, because it's legally hard.
Okay, one last question. Okay, this is your last chance if you're watching it live to get into the chat for a question. But one last question: what should be the responsibility of a property owner versus the new tenant in terms of a build out, upgrades, etc.
Oh,
Is it realistic to ask a property owner to have a white box space or install particular lighting, plumbing, etc. versus the business's aesthetic customizations?
anything is possible with enough money. Anything. So if you tell them, like, we had that happen, a tenant moved in, I was gonna do like a drum studio. They soundproofed it. They did all this stuff. I was like, cool. Then he sent me a $2,000 bill. And I was like, you're supposed to be paying me. And I was like, at what point did you think I was going to pay you to renovate your space? I looked through the lease and I sat with it for a minute. I was like, hey, I text him, nice kid. He's a nice kid. I was like, hey, this is a bit of a shock for me. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have $2,000 cash. I just paid over $4,000 for a heating bill.
You're welcome, you got heat.
Right. You left the door open when you were doing that. No, but I was like, I really appreciate the improvements and I would happily pay that. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to. Let me get back to you next month. I'll get back to you by the 1st. Left it at that.
Right.
He ended up taking another job. He ended up moving out, breaking lease. And I was like, well, we'll just call it even. You tenant improvements. Thanks. Cool. Like when I look at it for my building, it's like, okay, that person improved my building.
Yeah.
Did they break lease? Was I relying on the money? Yeah, I wanted that money, but I got a better room. So it's a win. And for him, he said he was going to do some stuff.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. And I said, whatever you screw into the wall is mine now. So I recommend you don't screw anything into the walls. I'd recommend you tread lightly, paint, whatever. And he decided to screw a bunch of stuff in the walls and it's mine now.
Yeah.
So it's a tenant improvement. Now he did that and I trusted him to. I'm extremely handy, so I can do those things. Curse of knowledge, but as you're going into space, it just depends on if it's a commercial property owned by such and such, owned by, they're going to have such a long lease that you're probably not even allowed to do that anyway.
Like I will say here at the Janesville Innovation Center, you can paint the walls.
Yeah.
You can put stuff into the walls. But it's kind of frowned on.
Right.
Right. So like if you look at all of these are commands stripped out because I wanted better sound quality in here.
Right.
Just make it really simple. Now I will say, you can't see it, but right behind your head there's a piece of paper hanging in the wall. That's hiding a hole.
Totally.
It wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But some buildings, I've walked through buildings that it's dirt on the floor and it's a beautiful facade outside. There's AT&T on one side, a cell phone store and something else. And in the middle, they're waiting for a nail salon, a hair salon, a cafe, anything. So they will not build out for what they're going to tear out and then lose a bunch of money.
Especially if you put in, cement floors, you got to drill through that.
You got to cut it all up.
Yeah.
Why even spend the money, But when you sign that lease, if you have a tenant improvement and they give you money, that is not free money. That is what you pay for at the end.
For tenant improvement, because I have done time and time again, because I'm picky. I'll be honest, I'm picky.
Yeah.
And for example, my most recent one, I put 40 mirrors in the indoor arena.
Okay.
Which,
If
anyone has ever bought mirrors, oh good God Almighty, they were expensive.
Yeah.
And because I wanted to improve my writing because I'm bougie. Anyway,
I imagine they're big mirrors.
Yeah, they're 3x5, so and there's 40 of them, so it goes all the way around. Now, do I own the property? No. Do I rent space in the property? Yes. Did I ask if I put holes in your beams and put up mirrors, will you care? They said no, and I said cool. Now, did I expect to get my hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars back for putting said mirrors up? No. Did I know that other people that were renting the property were also going to be able to use them? Yes.
Right.
And I didn't. I did those improvements for my own good and not for necessarily the benefit of the property. And I did not expect payment. Now, if you are going to do tenant improvement type stuff, and I will say this for everyone, please ask before you do it and see if you're going to take it off your rent. If they're willing to give you money for it, or if it's just going to be on your own dime, because there's absolutely nothing worse than doing $4,000 worth of improvements somewhere and being like, oh, that's completely on me. Like, there's
Right.
nothing in my lease or any of the paperwork that says you're gonna halvesies it with me or something like that.
Right.
And I know people that have run into that.
So you
'Cause
can't
they got used
expect
to, like,
you can't expect you're going to send your landlord a bill.
a bill
That's the exact opposite relationship.
that they want
Sorry,
to have.
that the relationship is you give them money. That is
Yeah.
the relationship, and they give you space.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's literally the whole thing.
So if you're going to
Yeah.
reverse that, you definitely need to get that approved ahead
Yeah,
of time.
have a conversation before you do that, because that's
But
I have friends that have run into that, and they're
Yeah.
they're like, well, you did that, and I was like, yeah, because my landlord and I are buddies, man.
But it's also
And we
tenant.
talked about
It is a tenant improvement because it's helping the other writers choose that location more
Yeah.
often because
Yes.
it's improving their game. I have somebody that's looking at renting one of the awesome rooms, the old
Mhm.
chapel room. It's huge. It's
Beautiful.
super
Yes.
cool.
Mhm.
They want to. There's two different people: a restaurant or a jewelry person,
You know, I don't know.
an alchemist. I don't know.
Yeah, surprise! You're gonna get something shiny.
Yeah, and so the restaurant one seems to be stopping because the aesthetic that they want isn't what I want in my building.
Mhm.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
They're willing to pay more. I'm just like, I don't want that. I don't want to smell that.
Yeah,
And that's my right. You know?
it is.
And I wish them the best. And I hooked them up, or I sent them off to one of my other friends that has a commercial kitchen. I'm like, I wish you all the success in the world. I would go eat there, but I don't want to smell it every day.
Yeah, I don't want this. I don't want.
Like, and there's nothing against it. I was just like, I don't want to smell it.
Yeah, and I think that's. I mean, again, going back to have the conversation.
Mm-hmm. But you can get that. I mean, if it's an empty building, or it's so. If it was this, and you walk into it, and you're like, I will lease this for 2 years. Can you change out the fluorescent lights because it gives me a headache and a migraine or whatever? If I was the landlord, the property owner, or whatever, I'd be like, well, I can't change those out, but can we do floor lamps?
Yeah, can we do mood lamps?
Like,
it's a little too tight, but I've got lamps. Yeah,
they might have a better solution for you than this, multiple
rebuild.
thousand, rebuild. And we do weddings, right? So we do a lot of heavy ambiance changes. We just had a vampire ball.
Yeah.
That was a very specific mood that is not a wedding aesthetic. But we have a wedding on Halloween, and the couple want to have the vampire ball experience. So we are working on bringing all that decor back and renting it from my tenant that's renting from me. They're going to get a kickback. I'm going to get a great deal. The wedding's going to get all the decor. They don't have to buy it. Now that's value to my venue.
And they know it already fits the venue because
we know exactly how to set it up.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's just like, I'm like, that's a good tenant improve. That's a good, I'm glad they asked that. Cause I'm like, I literally can push play on this and we're all now making money and you're saving like 20 grand. Like you're saving so much money.
Yeah. Cause you don't have to buy any of it.
You don't have to buy any of it. We have it, but I'm going to charge them like 2 grand. So, which
Yeah.
is still expensive, but
that's not that expensive.
It's worth it for us.
For a wedding?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm in a wedding in a month and a half, 2 months, and oh, good God.
Right. Right.
Like
Totally.
it's gonna be so pretty, and she keeps sending us pictures, and I hurt her bank account.
Yeah, and I've had people they'll send me a Pinterest board or a document with just screenshots and say, hey, we want this style of aesthetic. It doesn't have to be this exact mug, but a glass mug, right? Or glassware instead of plasticware. So the more you can come with concrete but succinct, hey, this is a non-negotiable, but this is what I want. How can we get to this? I might say like, well, we can get halfway there for free, or we can get there for an extra $1,000 a month, or whatever.
Yep. Perfect. I think we run out of questions, which is good because we've been talking for a minute, which is awesome. I mean, I knew we were going to. Between you and I.
Yeah.
We're talkers.
Talking's fun.
You own a bar. I talk for a living. It works out well. Any parting? I mean, there's like 1,010 nuggets in here, but any parting last minute words? Yeah,
more or less, it is hard to start. It is hard, it's scary or whatever. But being honest with yourself and going, are you the type of person that actually wants to do this? Or what's the excuse that's keeping you from doing it? There's time that's needed to build it, right? You don't just walk into the business. You were talking about picking out a name for the business today. Like that's a very real hurdle.
Yeah.
That takes time to make sure you can
germinate on it. You got to like it.
Right. But once you've made that decision, okay, then you need time to work on it. You need money. You need certain things. just make a plan, be real with yourself, and once you sign a lease, it's go to. You better have all that other stuff in line ahead of time. You can start the relationship. You can start looking for properties. You can start getting comfortable with these things. But I would not sign a lease until you are like, I need a room. Unless you have a bunch of money, and then hey, hallelujah. Contact us anytime.
My name is Levi, and
but you don't want to start the monthly bill until you're ready to replenish that monthly bill. Because if you have $0 and you don't need an office, please do not jump into that extra stress.
It's extra stress. It's extra stress.
Yeah, but if you just need to get away from the hubby or like the kids, hey, mental health is real.
You are never lying.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah. Cool.
And I'm going to, anyone watching the live, I'm going to end it. But that being said, how, if you would like people to get in contact with you.
Yeah.
Or maybe
we'll come to the pitch night, right?
Yeah, come to the pitch night. You'll see him.
Yeah.
He's talking about his entrepreneurial experience for a couple minutes at the beginning.
Yeah.
So don't be late.
I'll be wearing the same exact outfit. You can't not recognize me.
Are you really going to? I think that'd be funny, actually. That's a bit.
I woke up today so fully clothed. I still had my wallet in my pocket because I was hanging out with another bar owner and we were connected. We were talking. It was fun, you know. So.
And then you just laid in bed.
I'm glad I made it to my bed.
That's all that matters.
When I woke up, I was like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun. We did that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yep. No. Thankfully, I have never woken up like that.
Oh, it's great.
Except for when I was in the Army. I take that back. Yeah. When I was in the Army, you'd wake up and be like, I'm still fully dressed. I'm just going to go about my day.
Yeah. First of all, I walked to the bar, so it's safe for that.
I trusted you on that.
Yeah. And it lets me know I got to the perfect amount of party before throwing up and unwell.
That's a good number of parties.
So I had even brushed my teeth. And
so basically the only thing you didn't do was empty your pockets.
And a little bit more water would have been great, but that's all right.
You know, we live, we learn.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
Awesome. So come to the pitch night. You'll be able to meet Levi, and if not, he is the owner of 5 Bar in the Castle. If you can't Google it, I don't tell you there.
You shouldn't start a business.
You shouldn't start a business.
Should not sign a lease.
Awesome. I'm going to hit end, I think. We're going to hit end stream.